Hello, everyone. Ever feel like you're trying to get the hang of the spiritual journey, but everything feels overwhelming and you're not really sure what's going right, what's going wrong, and where your headspace should be? Well, no worries. I got you covered because today we are going to talk about 10 spiritual laws that every witch should know. And make sure you're watching through the end because point number 9, mwah, oh my gosh, game changer for me, and I'm being 100. These are just simple things I've learned during my practice throughout the years that may help you get more adjusted to a beautiful, wonderful spiritual life. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, I'm Anya. Welcome to my channel, The Season of Anya, where together we are building a community full of witches, empaths, yogis, and everyone else in between through embodying a magical life, a wonderful life, a beautiful life, a life full of challenges, a grounded life, a life through embodying and practicing yoga, magic, and witchcraft. So we got 10 topics. Let's just get right into the meat of it today. Tip number 1, your energy matters. Here's the thing. If you're half showing up for yourself or for your spiritual practice, Spirit's gonna know. If you can't even give yourself three minutes, just 3 minutes to either meditate every once in a while, set your intention, or more importantly, listen to the whispers of spirit, the whispers of your ancestors, guidance from divinity to guide you on the spiritual journey, you're never going to have it. Yes, we all live busy lives. Eventually, this gets easier because we're able to integrate that practice. But if you can't even connect with your intention or be mindful of your energy for a little bit of time and focus, Spirit's not going to know where you're going. I'm guilty of this myself, so I'm not casting judgment, but just letting you know. Tip number 2, intention is not just vibes, man. It kind of goes back to my previous one. I just want to be happy. Well, what does that even mean? How do I want to be happy? What does happiness look like to me? Okay, we're asking ourselves these questions. Good. Ask yourself, what do I want? How can I achieve that? It's kind of as simple as that. So, if your intention is, I want to be happy, well, what does that look like to you? And more importantly, if you are engaging with thoughts that don't correlate with happiness, I'm not saying to be toxically positive, but if you're not correlating with thoughts that align you with the energy of happiness, that's when you need to have those cognitive moments of, okay, we got to shift that. I have a really good video for this up above that I will link that just kind of helps you claim back your energy, but still living life and going through the ebbs and flows of daily life. Because I get it, it's not easy, but also we got to work it. Ooh, for tip number 3, you're not out of alignment, but you're avoiding. More often than not, the universe isn't blocking you. The universe isn't against you, but also within those lessons, within those moments, first of all, that's just life being life. We run into obstacles, my friends. There is no such thing as a perfect trajectory. More often than not, uncomfortability is just getting yourself out of your routine and out of the way you've normally done things. So if you've been doing things the same way this time for this long and they're not working, it's time to do something that makes you uncomfortable. It puts you out of your comfort zone. It doesn't have to be big, but it just kind of throws off your groove. And that's that. It's as simple as that. Oh, point number 4. You're not behind, my friends. You're just in a season. Now, here's the thing. I know it may feel like we're behind, especially when there are kind of life milestones that we haven't reached. But here's the good thing. If you're living a spiritual life, you're going to get there. You just have to know that you're going to get there, and your timing may not reflect the timing of others. Everyone's journey is different, but if you have the will, the perseverance to get there, I promise you, you will. And this is coming from someone who has been patiently waiting for things to unfold. But I had a lot of work to do, and that's okay. We all do. Embrace it and learn how to keep your vibration high, your spirits lifted, even when you feel like you're falling behind. Number 5, your triggers are telling on you. Oh my goodness, do you find yourself still getting into that same situation over and over and over again? Why does this keep happening to me? Because you aren't dealing with it properly. But that's exactly it. You're not dealing with it properly. You're not learning the lesson. You are getting triggered and then you spiral and get yourself into a tunnel. It's not bad luck, but it's just a mirror for you. Again, being spiritual beings, take a step back, and logically address the situation. Why did I get here yet again? The good news is that since it's mirroring to you what needs to be done, take a step back, reflect, and reassess the situation. It may feel uncomfortable, shocking, but you'll get there. You just gotta pivot. Hey, drop me a thumbs up if you like what I'm putting down, because I got a few more really good ones for you. Ooh boy, are you ready for point number 6? Oh my gosh, I'm almost embarrassed to say I'm guilty of this one. You ready? Desperation kills the outcome. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I have been desperate in ways like I don't even want to admit, where I'm showing up at my altar and just crying and saying, please make this work, make this work, make this work. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work if you want it like that. Yes, you gotta want it, you gotta yearn for it, but you also gotta detach from it. Think of it this way. Desperation is fear. Whether it's in romantic relationships or other opportunities, when you are acting desperate, you're basically telling yourself, the universe, and everyone else around you that you don't have options. And that's a hard place to be, especially when you maybe haven't lived a life filled with options. You didn't know how to create those options for you. That's okay, but I'm telling you, trust me when I say I have walked the walk on this. The more I, it's that sweet spot of putting a little energy into it and then just letting it go. More on that later. Okay, point number 7 is definitely where people start to self-sabotage without even quite realizing it. Because point number 7 is you still have to do something. For those of us, it's a fine dance. I find that I'm either doing too much or nothing at all. Well, that's not the way it works. But again, these are the spiritual laws. These are the spiritual flows that help you understand how to get there. It's not easy. It's that law of putting in the effort, that way something's happening, but not clinging on so much where you're desperate, like I had just mentioned. You still have to be vulnerable, take chances, and put yourself out there. So this can look like sending that email, maybe doing something a little bit more bolder, or just doing something out of your routine that feels different and scares you, because you got to do something. And more often than not, it's the things that make us uncomfortable. Hate to say it, because let me tell you, you probably are manifesting wrong, and there's a nice little video above if you want to learn more on that. Ooh, point number 8. You ready? Your magic is in your boundaries. Not everyone should have access to your energy, my friend. And now, this is where it gets dicey, because sometimes we have situations like family, et cetera, where we're like, okay, how am I supposed to deal with that situation when I still need to do the right thing and this person needs this? Like, that's the situation I'm in. Yep, and yep. But guess what? Despite what, and I'm using family as an example, but friends, relationships, let's just say relationships, but you get to decide how you want to show up in a situation. Do the minimum. You don't have to go above and beyond, because here's the thing. You want people to change the way they treat you, for example, by setting those boundaries. That's why we're doing that. Then you got to change you. You got to change how you react to a situation, got to change how much you give, got to change how much you hurt. Yeah, because, if we give them too much power, and people may not even realize it, but if we give people too much power over us, then we lose control of ourselves. And that's just not a good way to live life. Ooh. Point number 9. Your beliefs are running the show. Oh yeah. Yep. Uh-huh. Yes, your beliefs are running the show. If you think something isn't gonna work out, then I guarantee you it's not gonna work out. Yes, you may have to overcome obstacles. You may feel like the universe is against you. You may feel this, you may feel that. But again, hear what I'm saying? Feelings, you may feel it's not working out for you, but if you are determined and if you are living a spiritual life and doing all those beautiful things that I know you are doing, life is going to work out for you if you allow it to. I know we don't like to hear this, but when the time is right. Every single time I go back to timing is everything. And trust me, I've wanted a lot of things and I've experienced a lot of setbacks. But I'm so grateful I did, because it taught me perseverance, it taught me adaptability, and it taught me trust, which ultimately strengthens that spiritual practice, which once you have that locked in, we're just getting to the good part. You know what I'm saying? And finally, for point number 10, co-create Don't control. This sums up everything we've said here quite nicely, but again, we don't know when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, the circumstances of it happening, yada, 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 yada. Do your part, shift, adjust, reflect, and then let it go. Focus on something else. Try something else, right? When it comes to managing relationships, well, if that person doesn't want to have a relationship with you, honey, then I'm sorry. It's just not going to work out. Move on. Stop trying to control the outcome. Something better is along the way. Maybe you're trying to make a dead-end job work, and I'm like, I'm going to get a promotion at this company because this is what I want. Well, you may never get it because you're too stubborn to look outside and experience the world in a different view. You're too afraid to believe that something better is on the way. That's how it works. And if you like what I'm putting down here, my friends, I got news for you. We're building a community, theseasonofanya.com. Jump on my monthly newsletter. I share real life practical advice based on my own experiences, what I'm going through seasonally, energetically, etc., to help ground you and maybe guide you a little bit, guide us, guide myself, guide us together. I don't know. We have fun. That's where I share my personal stories. That's where I share kind of what I'm actively going through, how I'm working through it, and how I am getting there despite the obstacles, despite the challenges. Plus, I've got reflective questions for you and all sorts of stuff. Theseasonofanya.com. Links are down below. And if I may so kindly ask, buy me a cup of coffee. Basically, it's my virtual tip jar that just basically helps me with the upkeep of this blog, the time I take off to create beautiful videos and just try to help us together create a witchy, balanced, beautiful life. The more I'm able to invest into this blog, the sooner we can get to doing community rituals in person and virtual. And also too, I want to lead retreats. I want to have fun together. I want to get real together. I want to ground together. I want to cry together. I want to laugh together. I want to live together. But that requires work. And if you don't have any money to afford, no worries, boo. Honestly, a thumbs up and a thoughtful comment mean the world to me. Share with your witchy friends. You can help in other ways. All right, my friends, enough of that. So much love, so much gratitude to you on this journey of healing. I'll catch you on the next one.